we're very accustomed to doing that, just having done that for back-to-back weeks at NC State and at BC. So nothing new there, just another road trip. And this one's be a little bit longer though. And you're going to have two very good opponents, and we'll have to earn everything that we get, but we can't overlook Coastal Carolina right now because they've obviously earned every accolade they've got this season and the rankings that they have, and they're a very, very special group. And we were fortunate to have success when we played them here last time, but we know it's going to be a battle on Wednesday when we play them.
Blake went hitless for about 4 games. Good to see him hitting the ball hard today.
He's in swing mode and he's aggressive, and just love to see that about a guy like that. Is he's going to hit his way out of anything, and sometimes he's hitting them hard and they're just not falling. He hit a couple really hard yesterday right at people, but he's just going to keep swinging, and I love that about him because he hasn't let his confidence take a hit at all. Whether the hits fall or they don't, the confidence doesn't take a hit. So he's just he'll keep swinging, and glad a couple of them fell today, or one of them fell today.
With Billy, it was a few series in ACC play that he became an everyday player. And what did he improve to establish himself as the player he is now?
Yeah, I mean he's an unbelievable success story of a kid that, he bleeds orange. Billy, you bleed orange, right? If we cut you open, you bleed. Yeah, he bleeds orange. His long history with his family in Clemson, his grandfather on the board of trustees, and so he's always been all in, all Clemson, and just needed that opportunity. And you see that a lot of times with guys that, once they get it, they take advantage of it, they capitalize on it. And for him, it was kind of a fluke the way it happened, because he was the third first baseman on the depth chart, and Grice was out, and Chad Ferry got hit by a pitch, and he was out, and then Billy went in there and got a couple of hits, and then all of a sudden he hits one off the softball building to walk off Georgia State, and it was just like, whoa. And I think that that type of moment can just spark something in a player, and it just can be like a light bulb going off. He's always been confident in his ability. He just needed the consistent opportunities, and so once he started getting them, it went from a guy that we thought maybe he can provide us a little spark here temporarily to there's no way we're right in the lineup without Billy Amick in it.
A couple good outings from Garris this weekend. He caught a little bit last season. How unusual is that for a guy to be able to catch and pitch at this level, and does that give him a little bit of a unique perspective?
Yeah, for sure. You don't see it very often, you're right. Matt Wieters did it way back when, and there's been a couple others who've done it, but no, it's tough to do. So now that I think he's made the full-time switch to pitcher only, it's really allowed his pitching to take off. And he's got one of those fastballs that's got a lot of ride, got a lot of induced vertical break, and throws hard, and he's got that short catcher arm action, which really helps that movement profile of the pitch. But he's a guy that, again, to start the season, is the coaches were trying to figure out what the roles are and who goes where. We didn't really know what he was because he was a little bit banged up in the fall, didn't pitch that much. And as he's gotten his opportunities, he's jumped right into that high leverage reliever type of role.
I guess you talk about that you can't be looking at rankings and things like that. How difficult is that to do when you're on a streak like this? A lot of people are talking about you guys, as potential regional hosts. Like, do you tell them to turn on the cell phones? Like, what do you do to make sure they don't look at it?
I don't tell them to not look, or I just tell them it's not going to do anything for us to really spend a whole lot of mental calories reading it, looking at it, playing the what-if game. I mean, it's always nice to be recognized. We'll be recognized this week, I'm sure. But it doesn't do anything in terms of securing anything. We have to go out and earn it. If we get distracted by those types of things, that can get us off track to what's really important. And what's really important is right now the recovery of our bodies and getting ready to prepare for Coastal. But we haven't done anything yet. We're playing well, but we have to remember why we're playing well and what our preparation is and our mindset is to play well and sell out to that, because that's what allows us to play well so that the other stuff can happen. So it's just really more of a disciplined mental focus is all it is. And yeah, it's nice to be recognized. It's nice to read about our guys and the success they're having, but it's not going to, the only ranking that matters, I'm sure you guys hear this all the time, but the only ranking that matters is the last one. So we just need to keep our head down, and there'll be a time where we can pick our head up and take a look at what we've accomplished, but it's not right now.
I know you have a lot of respect for Coach McDonald. Is it personally pretty gratifying for you to be able to sweep him in your first season here?
Well, he's a Hall of Famer, and he's one of the best, not only in this conference, he's one of the best to ever do it in all of college baseball. And he's a great friend. You know, we shared many hotel rooms together as assistant coaches in the SEC way back when. He was the only assistant coach in the SEC that Jiffy and I invited to our wedding, put it that way. Yeah, he's a great friend, and he and his wife Julie are awesome people, and they just he runs a very good program, and I have zero doubt that they'll get hot at the right time and do what they need to do to make a run like they always do. Because you know, Louisville baseball is a blue blood of college baseball now, and it wasn't that way 20 years ago, and it is that way now because of what Coach McDonald has built. So I have the utmost respect for him and consider him not only a great friend but a mentor as well.
Yeah, just about that liner with Caden. Have you ever seen a pitcher catch one that nonchalant? I mean, what does that say about him as an athlete again?
I don't think I've seen it like that. No, that ball was absolutely smoked, and the way he fielded it with just style and grace, it was like he knew it was coming, or he's in the matrix and we're just watching, because that was like slow motion to him, and I couldn't believe how fast it happened and how calmly he reacted to it. But that was really cool, and certainly got the entire dugout fired up, and they were excited for him, because that's a highlight reel play. That's probably one that Brian Hennessy's going to have on Twitter and on future highlight films for sure. That's a really cool play.